Was not messaging people the day before saying, I'm gonna be murdered, they're coming after me.
Then you have the Times of Israel able to say this. That's the narrative. It was written. This is the perfect screenplay for them.
All right, stop right there, because what I'm about to show you is not a theory, it's a timeline. And this timeline has holes so big that 5 months later, nobody, and I mean nobody, has been able to explain them. Charlie Kirk was assassinated on September 10th, 5 months gone, and we still don't have a clean answer about what happened the night before he died. But now, right now, Charlie's own mother, Katherine Kirk, is reportedly stepping out of the shadows, and the moment she does, everything Erica has been telling the public starts cracking wide open. So do not touch that back button, because this is the one video that puts every single piece in the same place. Go back to September 9th, Charlie's last night alive, and here's the thing that should be making every single person uncomfortable. There are 3 different versions of that night, and every last one of them comes from Erica's own mouth. Version 1, New York Times, September 21st, she and a Catholic priest had dinner with Charlie. They were so scared for his life that she begged him to wear a bulletproof vest, and the priest suggested he speak from behind bulletproof glass. That is not casual conversation. That is someone who believes a real threat is sitting right outside the door. Then, version 2 hits on September 23rd through Megyn Kelly, and suddenly the whole story flips. Now the panic was because of a Jezebel article that put a so-called curse on Charlie. A random online article caused all of this fear. Except Charlie Kirk had hit pieces written about him every single day of his career, and never once in his life treated any of them like a physical threat. So why would this one article suddenly send everyone into emergency mode? It doesn't hold. Then November 22nd comes, and Erica sits down live with Megyn Kelly and delivers a complete 180. Now she's saying neither she nor Charlie were afraid at all. September 9th was just another normal night before a speaking event. No tension, no urgency, totally calm. And I need you to understand something right here, because you absolutely cannot have all 3 of these be true. Either there was real fear in that house that night, or there wasn't. Either bulletproof vests were on the table or they weren't. The story cannot keep changing, and the media cannot keep letting it go unchallenged. But here is where this goes from strange to explosive. Candace Owens revealed that on September 9th, Charlie wasn't just having dinner with a priest, he was on a Zoom call. And not just any Zoom call, this was a call with Josh Hammer and a rabbi who lives in Israel. And I need you to actually think about what that means. A rabbi based in Israel brought onto a call the night before Charlie Kirk is killed. Why that specific rabbi? Why that specific night? Why are we only finding this out months later? Josh Hammer says Charlie organized the call himself to prep his messaging on Jewish-Christian relations for his college campus tour. Okay, fine, but Candace says that call got heated fast, that serious pressure was put on Charlie during that conversation, and that financial incentives were actually offered to get him to change his public positions. And then, the moment that call ended, Charlie grabbed his phone and texted his security chief, Dan Flood, and Andrew Kovacs, and what he wrote was, "They are going to kill me." And that is not a man venting after a long day. That is not a figure of speech. That is a man who in that exact moment, after that exact call, believed with everything in him that his life was over. And then the next morning, he was dead. Sit with that, because one of the biggest names in conservative media texted his own security team hours before he died, saying he feared for his life. And Erica's version is that the night was completely calm and normal, and not a single mainstream journalist has stood up and said those 2 things cannot both be true. Instead, the public keeps getting a new version of the same night every few weeks, and that is not grief talking. That is a pattern, and patterns mean something. Meanwhile, Charlie's parents, Katherine and Robert Kirk, have been almost completely invisible, while Erica hasn't stepped away from a camera one single time in 5 months. Back-to-back interviews, events, photo ops, always centered, always the voice of the story. And sources say Katherine has been quietly keeping her distance from what she calls the chaos. But now everything is shifting because people close to Katherine say she is seriously considering sitting down with Candace Owens on the record. And those same insiders say Katherine believes Charlie was not just stressed or tired near the end, but genuinely shaken and scared. And here is the part that people cannot stop talking about. Katherine reportedly believes that in his final days, Charlie had started to question Erica herself. And if that is true, then this entire story has to be rebuilt from the ground up. And here is the gap nobody is filling. The media keeps selling this as Erica versus Candace. Two women, competing narratives, pick a side. But that framing is specifically designed to stop you from asking the questions that actually matter. Who was really on that Zoom call, and what was the full conversation? Why did a rabbi in Israel need to be on a call with Charlie Kirk the night before his death? What were those financial incentives, and who had the power to authorize them? And has law enforcement ever actually looked at the texts Charlie sent to his security team hours before he was killed? Because those are not background details. Those are the spine of this entire story, and they are being buried under drama and deflection every single week. I am not here to tell you what to believe. I am here to show you what this timeline looks like when everything is laid flat on the table. And right now, it does not look like a straight line. It looks like something that was deliberately made complicated. And the American people deserve a straight answer, not a new story every 14 days. So drop your take in the comments. Do you think Katherine going on record finally breaks this thing open? Hit like, subscribe, share this with someone who's been following this, and I'll see you in the next one.